Hello Aquarius, welcome to your weekly tarot forecast here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of August 8th through August 14th. And we're going to see just what the message is for you for this coming week. What is it that you need to know? And we're going to jump right into it today. Let's see what is going on with Aquarius for this coming week. We start off with the Four of Cups. That is, I would say, a very good place to start. Let's see what other cards we get here today. Okay, so I think that there is some financial, physical success that is going on with you right now. I think this is kind of where we left off with the reading last week, was with not with the Nine of Discs. I think it was the Ten of Discs. But the Nine of Discs here is showing that financial success, that wealth, that income is starting to happen. So I think that you're beginning to see an increase in these types of things, the success from your employment, from your work, from your career, from these kind of financial situations that we found ourselves in, I think, last week, and about getting those things started and really putting in the work and the effort to make that happen. So I really feel like you're getting some of this gain in your life now. I think you're starting to kind of see things make a turn for the better, and you're starting to see a little bit of this income come in, okay? I think what the situation is leading to this week is a sense of relief, kind of like a calm after this storm. So I really think that I think there was a lot of emotional stuff going on last week that was kind of related to your work and your finances, and I really feel like now that's kind of stabilized. I feel like you're in a much better place emotionally now. I think you have a little bit of relief, and we see that with this beautiful Four of Cups, where the storm is kind of behind us. We have a little bit of stability. These Four Cups are, you know, they don't feel like they're going to topple over. They're full, they're joyous and happy, and things seem to be going pretty well for them as they get out of those stormy waters, okay? So I think that you've had this effort. You start to see these kinds of gains and successes and this income coming in. Now, if you don't have this yet, this position sometimes indicates the beginning of this week. So the 8th, the 9th, the 10th of August, I think, is when you're going to start seeing this gain really start to come in, if you haven't already, like I said. And that is going to bring you to a nice, calm relief. You can finally take that breath. I feel like you've been holding your breath for a while, and now you can kind of relax, calm down a little bit, and just enjoy what you have a little bit here. But I do feel like there's going to be a little bit more craziness going on in your life, because crossing your path this week, while you have this kind of calm relief, this little break in all the turmoil, something is coming that's a little wild, a little crazy, a little impulsive, unexpected. Some kind of anxious energy is coming your way this week, and I don't rightly know what exactly that is. We see some indications that it might be an emotional situation related to maybe a close friend or family member, or maybe your romantic partner. So I feel like this week there might be a little bit of stress going on there, because we do have this Prince of Wands who is just very anxious, a very sudden thing. This isn't like this is kind of an unexpected, kind of out of the blue kind of thing. And unfortunately, the fire and the water that we have here, these don't like each other. These don't get along very well together. So this calm that you're experiencing, this kind of relief and this peace that you're getting a moment of, I think it's going to be a little bit short-lived, because we see this something very anxious and very impulsive is coming your way this week, maybe towards the beginning, towards the middle of the week. I think the week's going to start out pretty well. You're going to see some gains and some successes financially, and you're going to experience this calm. This is going to come your way, and you're going to have that relief, a little bit of peace, and then something is going to just kind of upset things again. And I don't know if this is maybe just an argument coming your way with your significant other. I feel we have these two cards here represent you and the other person. So you are represented by the Queen of Cups, and so I think that you are in this state where you're just going to be reflecting the emotions that are around you, right? With the gains, the financial kind of success that you're going to be experiencing, and then this relative emotional calm, this just kind of temporary peace that we see with the Four of Cups. You're just going to kind of be living in that mode for a moment. And I think that you are maybe not going to be so receptive to this other person's feelings. I think maybe that they're going through something of their own, or they feel a certain way about what's going on with your life together. I don't know if this is a domestic partner, if this is a romantic partner, someone that you live with, but it's a very close friend or family member, someone with a very intimate relationship, and they are represented by the Ten of Cups. So I feel like they might have this attitude like they've just kind of had enough of all of this kind of roller coaster up and down. And even though you're in a good spot this week with these, with the gain and with the Four of Cups here, this just kind of peace of mind and this calm and this ability to just finally take a breath, I think that's short-lived, and I think it's because this other person in your life is just kind of tired of this up and down, this unpredictable emotional kind of turmoil, right? So I feel like they are kind of what is causing this anxiety and this upset this coming week. I think it's just more about you trying to understand where they're coming from and what they're feeling and what they're going through, right? You've been, I think, very concentrated on yourself, your feelings, your work, and if I remember the last reading right, there was a lot of tension there, and a lot of this, this anxious energy that needed someplace to go. And I think with all of this, you're very wrapped up in kind of your own stuff, right? And I think with these two cards representing you and this close person to you, I think these two cards really are indicating your attempt to understand and empathize and have a little bit of compassion for this other important person in your life. Now, like I said, this could be a friend, a family member, someone that you're very close with. Okay, and I think that the time has come this week, and I know you've already been through a lot, you've got a lot on your plate. It's time to show a little bit of compassion and a little bit of empathy towards this person, because I think that they have been very supportive of you, and we get that with the Princess of Discs here. This is showing just a wonderful, nurturing, protective, supportive environment, and I think this is kind of what this person has been to you, is this a very strong support. And I think it's just kind of time for you to reflect on their feelings and show some compassion and empathy towards them, and just focus on them for the time being, because I think they're kind of bringing a little bit of this nervous energy because they are this Ten of Cups here. They are just a little bit overwhelmed with the emotions going on in this whole situation that's been going on lately with you, and I think that they are just in need of a little bit of a little bit of tender loving care, so to speak. So I think it's time for you to kind of reflect on them and their state and their kind of problem right now, or whatever issues they're having, and it might be good for you anyway to take some of the focus off your own stuff, because I think really this week you've got this stuff handled. We see also the Magus card here, the Magician, kind of as at the top of the spread. And so I think this is really saying that, you've got a handle on your stuff right now. Your situation is taken care of. You got this. Everything's pretty good with what you're doing, the work you're doing, and you're getting this success, the gains, the wealth, the finances are starting to settle. Things are starting to come in. It's going to be okay. And the Magus saying, yeah, you've got this under control. You've got the skills and the abilities, and everything is just kind of flowing now. So I think everything with you is going pretty well, and it's going to be stable and secure. And on top of that, we have the universe, the world here as a foundational influence. So I think this is really just kind of the harmony. This is the magician or the magus working their will in the world, in the universe. And I think this is really, really saying that, look, your stuff is taken care of. What you got going on is really, it's working. And so you can take the time to be a little bit of this Queen of Cups and reflect on someone else's emotions. Put your efforts into whatever your significant other, friend, family member, your loved one, romantic partner, domestic partner. Focus on what they're going through and what is overwhelming them emotionally at this time. And that's going to take care of this kind of anxious, rushed, hurried energy that's coming into your situation this week. That unfortunately is going to disturb that little moment of peace and rest and that deep breath that you're able to take. Take it quick, because this kind of frantic energy is coming. And I think it's going to really call on you to reflect and show some compassion and some empathy for what this other person is going through in your life. Okay, so I think that it's a positive thing that you're in this position now, I think, where you can take care of that and you can focus on the other person for a little bit. I didn't mention this card yet, but in the immediate future we have the Hermit card. So I think, again, this is you maybe turning away from all of this work that you're doing, because we see, again, I'm going to hold up the Magus and the universe, and things are working out and you're getting that gain and that success because you're in this harmony. Your work situation is functioning very nicely. So I think you're going to have some moments here where you can not turn away, not turn your back on that sort of thing. That's kind of an extreme meaning of this Hermit card, but this is just kind of shifting your focus a little bit away from all of this outside work that you're doing, that you've been really focused on, and that I think really got kick-started last week. And now that it's flowing well with the Magus and the universe, resulting in some good gains and the success is coming in, now you can focus on other things. You can you can restart your meditation, your spiritual practice. You can try to reconnect with your inner self, your higher self. And I think a lot of that is shifting your focus from all of this work with the Hermit card there, and focusing on your emotions and your relationship with this other person who has been a very strong support system for you, who is feeling overwhelmed at the moment, and who really needs your compassion and your empathy. So I think this Hermit card is you shifting your focus away from the work and onto the needs of this other person. Okay, I hope that makes some sense. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel while you're here. I would really, really appreciate that. Now, as a long-term outcome card, we have the Princess of Swords, which is fairly interesting here. For one thing, this is the only sword that we have. This is the only air card that we have. And so I really feel like this is just showing that the future needs to have some new communication, and I think that is really indicated also by this Queen of Cups that we have and this Ten of Cups representing this other person. So I think with this compassion, with this empathy, with you shifting your focus from work onto this other person and the needs of your significant other, again, close friend, family member, intimate partner, whatever, whoever they are. I think it's going to open up some new avenues of communication. You're going to find new ways to connect with this person, and a lot of this Princess of Swords energy is fighting off some of the negative thinking, fighting off some of the unhealthy forms of communication, and really finding new ways to connect and communicate with this person through just trial and error, really. And I think a lot of that is, again, just battling against this negative thinking, and maybe they're in a position where they're having a lot of negative thoughts and a lot of just a lot of issues dealing with their feelings of being overwhelmed. And so with this compassion and this empathy that you're going to be displaying toward them, I think it's going to involve a lot of just new ways of communicating and showing that you're there and that you care, and to get out of any kind of a cycle of negative thinking. So I think I think the focus is shifting for you this week compared to last week's reading. And if you haven't watched the last weekly tarot forecast for you, Aquarius, I recommend that you do that. And I do think there's a lot of continuity with this week's reading. And I think it really is kind of a shift in the focus, at least for this week. Okay, now we'll see what happens again next week. If you want to stick around for the extended version of this reading, you can become a member of this channel, and all of the information is down in the description box. This was the weekly tarot forecast for the week of August 8th through August 14th for Aquarius. Thank you so much for watching.